Yeah, Boshishe Eku Oshe Ifa, Oshe Egbe, Oshe Osun Ore Ye Yeo, Ori Eshiodora, and Aj Olofin. May all the divinities support us and may we avoid contention with the Iyami. I am Prince Latona Ifa Bileke, Oluwo of Ilia Dingbe, Iyadudu Temple. Come check us out at 2028 Woodland Drive, Charlotte, North Carolina. Shop with us on Etsy at Iadudu Botanica. Follow us on YouTube at Iadudu Temple. Join us on Patreon at Iadudu World Academy to learn about your destiny and how to be a better you. So, this week, the ancestors ask us to be focused on longevity. It is with longevity that will help us to have continued longevity, right? It's our perspective, how we see things, what is our stance on the world around us, how do we interpret the energy, are we going with the flow, right? Are we following those rules that our destiny has set for us? If I says in Ogbe Ola, Ogbe on the right, and Otura on the left, Giroo, the bird on top of the Ogun shrine. Akalanijegi, the bird of Adoro. The two of them conspired to kill Itun Obamakin for consumption. I understand what is taking place very well. The resident Awo of Agbonniregun, he cast Ifa for Orunmila, who planned to smash up their conspiracy. Ashe. So this Odu Ifa warns us, it gives us some kind of insight onto the things that will harm our longevity. Giroo, right? The bird on top of the Ogun shrine. So there's some offering, there's something energetically that's being given. Who's the one giving, right? What is the intention of being given? There are things in the path that will stop our blessing, right? But is it real? Distraction is the biggest blessing killer. Those things that may seem fair seeming, those things that may appear to be well, those things that other than what our destiny and Ifa has given us. Those things are the things that will steal one's destiny. Akalanijegi, happiness should not hurt, right? We know what the Akala bird is. We know how that is the thing that kind of like has the save for resurrection. What things are going to be revitalized in our life? The ancestors want us to have the right perspective by focusing on those things that our destiny has given us, by focusing on those things that Ifa has given us, that our Ori has picked for us, by not focusing on the fake, things that are not real. Our continued energy, our continued focus, right, daily into our goal and our task is what will bring us long life instead of nightmares. So in this Odu Ifa, it tells us, right, those things that will distract us, those things that are fake, those things that can quickly bring an end to our blessing, to our dreams, to our hopes, to our desires. Those things that desire to remove the joy from our life. Right? Just like the E-Ray was created, so was Ajogun. Ajogun is built to test us, right? To see if we deserve the blessing, see if we're able to maintain or handle our blessing. Will we stay focused on the blessing? A lot of times we'll be focused on the thing that we do not have instead of the blessing that is coming. We will focus on painstakingly dissecting like the blessing. We will not be happy with the blessing that we have because for whatever reason, we'll lose sight of the blessing. We'll lose sight of the future. We'll lose sight of Ire, focus on something else. This Ifa says that it will support us, right? How does Ifa support us? It supports us by letting us know what's in the road. These two things, right? Fear, right? And quick, decisive words, negative talk, those things that bring death are the things that will bring death to our blessing. It will bring death to our joy. This other Ifa says that we shall maintain a particular view. We shall maintain our focus on the Ire that is coming. Ogbe Ola brings with hope, it brings blessing. It brings all Ire. We must not be deterred in our focus. We have to understand, right? If we focus on the negative, if we get distracted, what will we attract? We must be consistent in our focus. We must keep our energy in a certain place. We must continue to move forward and strive, right, for blessing. Ogbe Ola asks us, Ogbe on the right and Otura on the left ask us. The ancestors implore us. What is the thing that you're attracting? Ifa echoes it, right? It says Ire Aiku and Ire Ishegun. It is through maintaining one's focus and one's perspective that one will have victory over those things like doubt and fear, those fake things that come up to distract us from our blessing. Those things, those people, those places, those things that keep us from our destiny. Ifa says that don't worry about the fear. I'm telling you what's coming. This is how Ifa helps us to overcome. This is how the ancestors help us to have victory by helping us to maintain our focus on longevity. If we enter into a thing, we should enter it with longevity, right? We should enter it into it with optimism instead of pessimism, right? Just as the moon comes out at night to illuminate certain things, the sun is out illuminating everything. May those things that we desire stay with us. May those blessings that is guaranteed by one's destiny be fulfilling. May we not let fear or doubt or negative dreams or ways of thinking, ideology spoil our blessing. The ancestors Ifa ask us to choose. Ask us how to choose. It asks us how to choose every day, right, about our blessing. Which way are we going to see our blessing? Are we going to see our blessing as blessing or are we going to see it as obstacle? May the things that we do to nurture our blessings be peaceful. May there not be resistance. The choice is ours on how we see the thing. If I ask us to remember that, the ancestors ask us to remember it is our choice how we see the circumstance. If we see it as ire, it will be ire ashe. If we see it as obstacle, it should surely be obstacle. Ifa Oludumare say that it is always ire. Ifa lompwe, ire aje, ire oma, ire aiku, ire alafia, ire ishegun. What perspective will we choose? We have to look at it, right? It's if I ask us, ancestors say, hey, if those things, those thoughts, those feelings, those emotions that you have are not conducive to long life, then let's get rid of them. It requires us to look at ourselves and look at those around us to see if they're supporting those things. And we put ourselves in a place where others will help work on our fears. Are we in a place where the energy is conducive to overcoming our fears, our worst nightmares? These things are combined and, with the blessing. The blessing and the obstacle are handcuffed together. Sometimes it is that we will receive the blessing first. Other times we will receive the obstacle. Will our view of the circumstances remain the same? We will continue to see the obstacle or challenge as erase. Will we not be happy or satisfied with our blessing? I say that we should always choose optimism first. That we should look at all the things in our destiny with gratitude. And this Odu Ifa says that we have all kinds of support. There's tons of support, right, to help us to maintain our blessing. There's tons of support to help us to have E-Ray. There's tons of support to help us to overcome the challenges. There's tons of support, right? There's nothing that will happen that we can't handle. It's all about our perspective. Will we allow certain things to deter us? Will we allow anything to steal our blessing, to steal our joy? Itun Obamakin. Joy is the king. Comfort is the king. Whether it's physically, right, or mentally, spiritually. What are we allowing to deter us, to distract us, to spoil our plans? Right? Are we around those who co-sign negativity? Are we around those who will help us to destroy our plans? Are we around those who will support us to see our array? Right? We remember, right? Energy is infectious. Right? Energy is infectious. So, what kind of energy are you infecting the people with? What kind of energy are you bringing into your community? What kind of energy of that of truthfulness and integrity, discipline, protocol, etiquette, tact, truthfulness, honesty? Or is it in the negative? Are we bringing death, loss, sickness, contention, incarceration? Sometimes we can do it to ourselves. The Ifa says it. Sometimes we can do it to ourselves. Sometimes we can incarcerate ourselves, right, and block ourselves from blessing based on fear. Things that are not real. May your Ori continue to guide and support you. May the ancestors and Ifa support you in longevity. Aiku Bali Oro. Longevity is the king. If we have longevity, we should surely have everything. Ashe. Again, I am Prince Latona Ifabileke, Ilia Ding Bay, Iadudu Temple, Charlotte, North Carolina, 2028 Woodland Drive. Check us out on Patreon at Iadudu World Academy. Shop with us on Etsy at Iadudu Botanica. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube at Iadudu Temple. Aburu, Aboye, Aboshishe.